Silence fell across KwaZulu-Natal the moment King Misuzulu Kazwelithini stepped into public view, because according to tradition, he wasn't really supposed to be seen at all. This wasn't just another royal appearance. It was a moment suspended between sacred isolation and public expectation, between ancient law and modern pressure. And before we go any further, if you value deeply reported African stories that go beyond headlines, subscribe now and stay with this video to the very end, because the real meaning of this appearance only reveals itself layer by layer. What you're about to hear is not simply about a festival or a king. It's about power that speaks softly, rituals that outlast governments, and a monarchy navigating visibility in an age that demands constant explanation. If you want to understand why this brief appearance shook traditional leaders, political observers, and ordinary AmaZulu alike, make sure you're subscribed and watching closely, because the most unexpected insight comes much later. For centuries, ritual isolation has been one of the most misunderstood yet powerful elements of Zulu kingship. And yet, during the First Fruits Festival, Umkhosi Wakwishwama, King Misuzulu appeared briefly but unmistakably, at a time when many believed he should still be withdrawn from public life. That single appearance raised questions no press conference could answer. The First Fruits Festival is not a celebration in the casual sense. It is a recalibration of the nation's spiritual calendar, a ritual that binds land, people, ancestors, and king into one moral rhythm. Traditionally, the king's presence is both symbolic and restrained. When King Misuzulu emerged amid ongoing ritual isolation, it created a powerful contradiction, one that demanded interpretation rather than explanation. Tradition was speaking, loudly. Ritual isolation is not punishment, it is preparation. During this period, a Zulu king is believed to be spiritually vulnerable, undergoing rites that cleanse, fortify, and align him with ancestral authority. Public exposure during this time is rare. That rarity is the point. Power in this context grows in silence. When Misuzulu appeared, it wasn't a break from tradition, it was a signal within it. Context matters, always. What made this appearance even more striking was its timing. The First Fruits Festival marks renewal, restraint, and legitimacy. Crops may not be eaten before the ritual. Authority may not be exercised carelessly. By appearing during this sacred window, the king wasn't asserting dominance. He was acknowledging continuity. A king does not rush rituals, he inhabits them. Observers outside Zulu custom saw confusion. Some even whispered crisis. But within traditional circles, the reaction was more measured. Elders understood that visibility does not always equal accessibility. Sometimes a king is seen precisely so he does not have to speak. Presence can be the message. Silence can be policy. This moment also landed against the backdrop of ongoing debates about King Misuzulu's reign, questions of succession, recognition, and unity within the royal family. His public appearance did not answer those debates. It reframed them. Instead of responding through courts or statements, the king responded through ritual timing. That choice was deliberate. There is a tendency to view African monarchies through modern political logic. But Zulu kingship operates on a different axis, one where legitimacy flows upward from ancestors, not downward from public opinion. The First Fruits Festival is one of the few moments where that axis becomes visible. Briefly, power breathed, then withdrew. For younger AmaZulu, many of whom live online and far from rural homesteads, the image of their king appearing amid ritual isolation carried a different weight. It was a reminder that tradition is not frozen. It moves carefully. It adapts without announcing itself. Culture survives not by shouting but by enduring. Historically, Zulu kings have appeared during sensitive ritual periods before. Each time it coincided with moments of transition, political pressure, internal consolidation, or external misunderstanding. King Misuzulu's appearance fits that historical rhythm. Patterns repeat. Quietly, what also stood out was what did not happen. There was no speech. No decree, no clarification. That absence unsettled commentators accustomed to constant messaging. But in traditional governance, restraint is a form of strength. Words are used sparingly. Meaning is carried by timing. The First Fruits Festival itself has long served as a mirror for the health of the nation. When it proceeds smoothly, It signals alignment between leadership, land, and people. King Misuzulu's controlled visibility suggested continuity rather than disruption. Stability doesn't always announce itself. Some critics argued that appearing during ritual isolation blurred boundaries. Others countered that rigid interpretations risk hollowing tradition into performance. The truth lies between. Living tradition requires judgment, and judgment belongs to those initiated into its responsibilities. Behind the scenes, traditional councils and senior advisors would have weighed every step, every minute, every angle of that appearance. Nothing in royal ritual is accidental. Especially not visibility, especially not during Umkosi Wakwishwama. This is where modern media often misses the story. Cameras capture the moment. Tradition interprets the meaning. A king appearing does not mean a king is available. It means he is acknowledged. There is a difference. As the festival concluded, King Misuzulu withdrew once more. No follow-up statements. No clarifications, just continuity. The appearance did not open a chapter, it closed one. And in that closing lies the real significance. The reassurance that despite disputes, noise, and external pressure, the spiritual architecture of the Zulu monarchy remains intact. Ritual still governs rhythm. Silence still carries authority. In the end, what the public witnessed was not contradiction, but calibration. A monarchy adjusting its visibility without surrendering its depth. A king reminding his people that not everything sacred must be explained.